Okay, cool. So the next thing is the half step, okay? So a half step is the notes in between, okay? It's the very next note. So the half step can be black or white key.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense? Okay, so from if we
Right
are
here to here.
that's it, the very next key. All right.
Okay.
So from B to C is a half step. From C to C sharp is a half step. From D to D sharp is a half step. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Makes sense?
Makes
Okay.
sense.
So we talked about so in your words, if you had to explain this to somebody, tell me what a whole step is.
A whole step is the it wouldn't be the next key. That's a half step. It would be the next key. But the whole step would be a whole. I'm not sure. Let's see. It would be. I couldn't explain it. I would just have to show them.
Right. Okay. So it's not it's skipping a key.
Skipping a key.
All right. It's skipping
Skipping
a
a
key.
key. That's right.
Right.
Skipping a key.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then explain the half step.
The half step is the very next key.
The very next key.
C.
Right.
No.
Regardless if it's what? Black or white. Right. It's the very next key. All right.
Okay.
Cool. So now let's talk about sharps and flats. Okay. All right. So a sharp. Okay, write that down for me. A sharp, right? Okay. A sharp is you raise the pitch a half step. Okay. So you're raising the pitch a half step. So if I ask you to play F sharp, play the note F sharp for me. You raise it. There you go. Good. If I ask you to play A sharp, there you go. If I ask you to play B sharp, nope. So remember the rule.
A.
Or A, B. So where's B sharp? Remember, it's the very no
No.
B sharp.
Let's see.
So go to the note B, right?
B would be
Where's B?
right here. No, right here.
You're right there, right? Okay, that's the note B, right? Now the rule says you raise it by a half step. So
Right.
what's a half step from B?
Half step right here. No.
Going up. You raise the pitch by a half step.
It wouldn't be this.
No. So where is it?
It isn't.
Huh?
B flat. B.
That's B flat. So where is B sharp?
There is no B sharp.
It is a B sharp.
There is a B sharp.
Yes, ma'am. B sharp is the same thing as C. Yeah. A lot of people, we don't say B sharp, but that is where B sharp is. And that brings me to the next term where this is called an enharmonic.
This is called enharmonic.
Yeah, it's because B and C share the same note. Okay? They share the very same note name. So when two keys share the same note name, it is called an enharmonic.
Okay.
Okay? Make sense? All right. So we have B sharp, and C are or what we call enharmonics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna go over some more enharmonics in a minute.
Okay.
Now, so let's do another sharp. Okay.
Okay.
G sharp. Where's G sharp?
G. Right here.
There you go. That's G sharp. Let's do one more to make sure. D sharp. D sharp. D sharp. Good. All right, we got it. So write down flats. Okay. So flats is the opposite. Okay.
Okay.
Flat is when you lower the pitch by a half step.
Okay.
Okay. You're lowering the pitch by a half step. So let's go to D. All right, and make D flat. There you go. Okay. Good. Now let's go to F. Make F flat. Remember the rule. Yes, and that key also is known as what?
Enharmonic.
Enharmonic, and then this key note name is also known as what?
E.
E, right. So E and F flat
flat.
share the same key, which is an enharmonic. Okay? Okay, so we went over whole steps, half steps, right? Sharps and flats, right? Okay, so the next thing is scales. Okay, now I'm going to show you a pattern, and once you see this, you're going to see why I take it step by step by step, okay? Because we learned what a whole step and a half step is, right? Okay, I want you to place your hand or your finger on any note on the keyboard. Well, besides C, we know C. Okay, good. All right. Have you ever played the E major scale? Probably way back, right? Okay. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Now, write down W for me. Okay. W stands for a whole step. Okay. Now, so I want you, if you can turn to another page real quick. Yeah. So write another W, right? And under that W, write 1. Now, beside that 1, write number 2. Okay, now, in order to, so this is the first note, E, right? All right, so write E above the W for me. All right, now we need to find note 2, right? So in order to find note 2, you have to go a whole step. Okay, so what's a whole step from E?
The whole step from E would be whole step. We talked about that. The whole step is skip a note.
So what's that note?
Right here. Right here?
Yes, ma'am. Now what's the name of that note?
That note it would be full. That would be C D E F flat. F sharp.
F sharp. Good job. F sharp. F sharp. And then now everything else forward will be sharps. Okay? Because this is a sharp key that we're playing. E is a sharp key.
Oh.
Right. Okay. All right. So right number 2. So you will put F sharp by the E. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
F sharp.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And then you put a W. Right.
Right underneath there.
No, right next to the next W.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, right number 3.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in order to get to find a note for the third note, you got to go another whole step from F sharp.
And that would be here.
Yes. What note is that?
That would be G. That's G sharp.
Yes. There you go. G sharp. So, right, writing it out.
So this would be G sharp.
G sharp, right? And then we put out W. All right. Now, write number 4. Okay. All right. Now, number 4, you got to go a half step from the previous key, from G sharp. Okay.
Okay.
So.
This is okay, and this is G sharp. So the half step would be coming down.
That's it. That's it.
And that would be A.
There you go. That's A. Okay.
So that'd be the full note.
There you go. Half step though. We're doing a half. That you put H.
H.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I told you that H.
Yeah,
Yep.
H, right.
Okay. All right. Now we're moving. We're going to our 5th note. Okay. All right. Our 5th note is going to be another whole step. So you put a W, right? What's a whole step from A?
A whole step from A would be right here.
That's it. B.
B.
Yes, ma'am. Good job. Okay.
Okay.
Now, all right. 6. I'm gonna write out 6. Okay. And now, what's a whole step from?
B.
Yeah. So we're gonna. So the 6th note is gonna be a whole step too. So put a W for me. Yep. Okay. Now, what's a whole step from B?
A whole step from B because would be this right here.
Yep. Which is
That would be C sharp.
C sharp. C sharp. There you go. All right. Good. All right. Now, and our 7th note is going to be a half step. Okay.
Okay.
And what's a half step from
D.
this D? There you go. D. There you go. And then we're back to the E. I mean, we're back to home, which is a whole step.
A whole step,
Right.
which is DC.
Right.
Okay.
So 8 is home. So yeah, which is a whole step, a W. Right.
Okay, so C and that be E.
Right. So actually it'll be E.
E. I mean
Yeah.
E.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Okay. So the scale formula is the whole WWW H WW. Should be another W.
Should be another.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this should be D sharp. I'm sorry.
D sharp.
D sharp. Yeah.
Right here. Okay.
And that should be a whole step, a W.
Okay.
And then the last one should be a half step. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. There you go. Right. So that's the formula. Okay. All right. So whatever first note you start on, then that's where you go. Okay. You use that formula. So if you're playing G, you should use that same formula to find out the G scale.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense. All right. So one more thing. Okay.
Okay.
Well, two more things. So chords. Let's write out chords. Okay.
Okay.
So what are chords? Chords are when three notes played at the same time. Okay. All right. We know that, right? Okay. So let's talk about our major and minor chords. Okay. So the major chords are built on the scale degrees 1. All right. And I'll explain what that means in it. 4 and 5. Okay. Your minor chords are built on the scale degree 2, 3, and 6. Okay. All right. So let's go to let's stay in C. Let's do C major. Okay. All right. So the one chord in C major. Let's play the one chord. C major chord. C E G. Right. That's our one chord. Right. Okay. Now go to the 4 chord. So when I say the 4 chord, what's the 4th note?
So that would be okay. So that would be F.
F, and then just build the F chord. Skip every other note. So put your thumb on F.
Okay, put my thumb.
Yep, yes, ma'am, and skip every other note.
So that.
Right. And all these chords are in root position. Okay, that's the F chord. Right. Make sense? Okay. Now, what's the 5 chord? What's the 5th note in the key of C?
The 5th note in key of C would be the 5th note in key of C. C, D. Oh, I'm not sure.
So count, thumb with C.
So I would do that, right? So I would count.
You would count the notes, the individual notes.
Individual notes.
Right.
So the 5th note.
So do this right quick. Let's write down the C major scale. Write down C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
Okay.
Okay.
C, D, E, F, G, B, C.
Now put your numbers under there. Put 1, 2. There you go.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. Now it's gonna make sense. Watch this. Okay. So our one chord.
G.
Yeah, it's G. Right. Exactly. So play the G chord. There you go. Make sense? Okay. So one chord. Play the one chord. C major. Play the 4 chord. 4 chord. What's the 4th note? There you go. What's the 5 chord? Yes, there you go. Okay. Now let's go to minor. Minor is built on what scale degrees?
2, 3, 6.
All right. What's the 2nd note?
In the G, you mean?
In the C major.
In the C major.
Yes, ma'am. What's the 2nd note?
note?
There you go. That's D minor chord. Make sense? Okay. Now go to the 3. What's the 3? So that's what? What's the name of that chord?
E minor.
There you go. And go to the 6.
The 6 would be.
There you go. Okay?
A minor.
A minor. Now, watch this. Next thing I want you to write down, last thing, all right, is progressions. Okay? What are progressions? Progressions is when one chord moves to the very next chord. Okay? So that chord could be major to minor, or minor to major, or augmented to diminished. We didn't get into that, but I'm just saying, like, it's one chord moving to the next chord. So if you can play a progression, you can play songs. You can play any songs, and I'm gonna show you that. You ready? I'm gonna show you. You ready? All right. We're gonna play He's Able. You know, God is able to do just what He said. All right. You ready? All right. One chord. God is able to 5. Give me 5. We're gonna hit it one time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. God is able to 5. Do just what He says. To the 4. He will. There you go. There you go. That's it. So you did all this in 15 minutes. You said magic. Just.
I be in
That's
the
it.
class with you.
That's
I
it.
gotta-
That's
oh
it.
my God.
So let me show you the rest of it real quick. Just real quick. All right. So 1. Here we go. God is able to. I want you to write down this progression so you can You can
Okay.
go home and practice. So
Okay.
one.
One.
God,
So
God is able to. Where we going? 5.
5.
5. What's the fifth?
No.
What's the?
The fifth one is G.
You write a 5 down. Which one? He's 6.
6 would be it.
Says on to the 6. All right. Says he will to the 4.
Do.
That's it. To the 4. And then you repeat that. Okay. He's gonna go ahead. Boom. He's gonna for G fill every promise to for you. Good. Now the next part. 5. Write down 5.
5.
So that's the next line. Don't give up on now. We didn't get to the minutes today, but just put your thumb right there. Your thumb. Keep everything else. Keep everything else. Don't give up on God. Right? Okay. And then you're gonna go 6.
6 would be
6. He won't give 5 up on 4. You. He's able back to where? There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple.
I know you gotta go ahead. I'm gonna get on under your way.